Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So in this video, what I want to say is, man, if you tired of losing money, be sure to watch this video, all right? In this video, I'm going to break down why you're losing money. It's a couple reasons, right? Number one, we could say psychology and risk management, right? Those are two things off the bat. That's why you're losing money, okay? If you're watching this, be sure to like this video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Okay, so we got risk management and we got psychology. Those are two things. And risk management is low-key a part of psychology when you think about it, because your psychology with money is going to dictate how you handle your risk management. So psychology and risk management. But what I want to do is I want to focus on some technical things on the charts, right? And I want to illustrate some things so that you guys can understand exactly what's going on. So what I'm going to do is I got this whiteboard right here. I'm going to pull this whiteboard up and we're going to break it down. All right. We got the whiteboard right here, right? Let me erase this real quick. Okay. And then we're going to get into it. So like I said, we got risk management and we got psychology. Now, the other aspects of why you're losing money, and if you're tired of losing money, you should watch this video, is because you have technical aspects of trading, okay? Now, when we're talking about technical aspects, I'm talking about how you're interpreting your candlesticks, right? And what's going on the charts as well, okay? So, we got the whiteboard right here. Here we go. All right, cool. All right, so now when I'm talking about the charts, there's a couple things that you guys have to understand. There's something called testing, okay? And then the next thing is invisible areas, okay? Invisible areas of liquidity. Okay? So, these are two key pivotal things right here. Now, let's focus on the testing part first. A stock is always going to be testing. What do I mean when I say that? A stock is always going to be going up and it's going to be going down. So where a lot of people get tripped up on is they will enter into a call. The stock has already broke past the level. It comes and tests that level and then they get out and then it goes up, right? So let's say that we have a stock right here at $100. Okay, and this is the charts. So the stock is at $100 and let's say resistance is 103. No, let's say it's at 103. Okay. So resistance is 103. Now, here's what happens. So we got 103 right here, and then we got 100 right here. Okay, so the stock comes up, right? And then the next candle looks like this. All right. Now this is the resistance right here. So what happens is, and let's say somebody is like, the target is 110. The stock is going to go to 110, right? So what people do is they are like, all right, we got above 103. Right here, we're at 106, right? I'm going to enter, right? Because they might have FOMO. That's what I'm talking about when I say your psychology could be off. Then what happens is the stock will come down here, right? And then boom. Right? So the stock will now come back down to 103. and then it will end up going back up to where it just came from, right? And then let's say it blasts off here, okay? Now, I hope that made sense. Now let me clean this up and let me give you guys an even cleaner example of that. I want to spend some time on this for a second, all right? I want to make sure we spend our time with this. So I want you guys to understand that stocks are always testing. They're always going up somewhere and they're always going down somewhere. So we have $100, right? And then the resistance is 103. And the price target is 110. Price target. All right. So we said the stock comes up. This is resistance, right? And then the stock breaks through, right? And then this is 106. And then what does it do? We see something like this. And then it'll come right back down here, right? Back down to this. And then it'll stay like this. And then we may even see something like this. And then it starts to come up, right? And then it goes and hits that target, right? This is literally a break and a retest, right? So, and this was the new resistance, okay? So, you got to understand that a stock is always going to have these points, okay? So this right here is a point. This is another point. And then it came back up here. And then it ended up going higher. And now this is going to be a new point, right? So when a stock breaks past the initial level, if it breaks past it too far, too powerful, you got to understand that it's going to come back down to where the initial resistance was at. And this is why you do not want to have FOMO. But if you don't understand this right here, right, then you're going to be entering in up here and you're going to be getting out right here. And you're going to be losing money, okay? You're going to be negative on your P&L. Right? So this is what stocks do. They test. So if a stock has resistance and then the stock blasts through the resistance, be patient and let the stock come back down to resistance, the new support, and then let it hover around the support level right here. And if it stays right here and it hovers around there, then it'll end up going back up. So that way, you can take your entry right here at the original resistance, ride it back up to where it just came from, and then it go higher to your initial price target, right? So stocks are always going to be testing. They're always testing, right? Every day, stocks test. They test levels. They're trying to test to see if they can go higher. They're trying to test to see if they need to come back down. They're always testing. All right. So that's the first thing that you have to understand, right? If you guys are tired of losing money every single day and having a red day every single day, then it's time to sit here and say, you know what? Let me really understand this stuff. All right. The next part is going to be your invisible areas of liquidity. Now, when I say invisible areas of liquidity, what this usually entails is some sort of gaps, All right, some sort of gaps. Now, when we have gaps, you have different types of gaps. You have gaps from overnight, or you have like fair value gaps. But at the end of the day, you have gaps, okay? Now, what is a gap? It's an area on the charts where the stock has not tested. Okay? So, think about this. If stocks are always testing and then we have gaps, that is an area that a stock has not tested yet. So if that is an area that a stock has not tested yet, what that means is that stock is more than likely to come down to that area or go up to that area, right? So let's go over some of these gaps real quick. We have fair value gaps. This is a popular one. This is a very powerful one. So a fair value gap is a 3-gap sequence. All right. So let's say that let's say that a stock is going up. Okay. Let's say a stock is going up. And let's say it looks like this. You got right here. And then then the stock comes up here. Right. And then you have another one right here. Okay. This, what it does is it creates an area right here and it creates a gap. Okay. So then if a stock, and let's say the stock is up here, right? Let's say the stock is up here and then it has a candle like that. What's probably going to happen is the stock is going to start coming down, right? And it'll come down to this gap right here, right? And if it fails this gap, it could come lower. If it comes in and then you start seeing this right here, right? Then what it's going to probably do is it's going to start going to the upside. Right? Boom. And then it'll go up higher. Right? So this is a fair value gap. It's to the upside. Stock comes up, creates a fair value gap here. It's the top wick of the first candle, the bottom wick of the third candle, and then there's a middle candle, and this is an invisible area where the stock has not tested that level at, right? So that is a fair value gap to the upside. Now, let's look at it to the downside. Okay? We're going to go to the downside now. It looks the exact same, but I want to still show you guys. So let's say still a 3-candle sequence. So let's say that the stock is at, let's say it's going down, right? And then it comes down here. And then we have candle right here. Boom, right? And then we have a candle right, boom. So what this is gonna do is, and then let's say it comes down a little bit more. And it looks like that. So what it's gonna do is, once again, we have a gap here. All right? So this has created a gap. It's a fair value gap. Right? Bearish. Right? So now what's probably going to happen is, let me erase this real quick. Okay. So I'll put it right here so that you guys can still see. All right, now what's probably going to happen is we're going to see some green candles, right? Come like this, come like this, come like this. And the same exact thing, right? If it comes in this gap right here, and if it gets above like the middle of the gap, then it will probably most likely go up. If it comes here and it starts to reject here, what's going to happen is it's going to come down here, right? Boom, just like that. All right, and it's going to come down here and try to retest the bottom of this candle. And if it comes below the bottom of this candle, then it's going to keep going lower and lower and lower. All right, so this is how the fair value gaps work, to the upside and to the downside, right? If that makes sense, let me know in the comments. All right, now, so those are like fair value gaps. Now, these fair value gaps can be found on the daily time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, on the hourly time frame, on the 15-minute time frame, on the 5-minute time frame. Doesn't matter. These fair value gaps are everywhere. Now, the other area or part on the charts where you could find these gaps are off the daily time frame, right? Daily. So let's say a stock closes at, let's say a stock closes at $100 and they open the next day at 105, right? And then they go up and they close at, well, let's just say they open at 105, right? Or let's say they close at 110, let's just say. So now, right, now we have this gap right here, okay? So a lot of times people's like, oh, the stock is going to keep going up, right? They think it's going to just keep going up, right? But before it keeps going up, it may come back down here first to fill this gap, right? So that this gap can be filled right here. And then once it fills this gap, it'll go up. All right? So those are gaps off the daily time frame from gap ups and gap downs. And this is the same to the downside. All right, so we have the stocks are always testing levels. And then they also have invisible areas of liquidity on the multiple time frames. And if you could understand this, it could change how you trade and it could change how much money you can make. And then you will also be able to mitigate your losses. Okay? So, this is why most people lose money every single day in the stock market. Also, patience. You have to have patience. You have to have risk management. You have to understand your psychology. But I wanted to focus on the technical aspect of it all in this video. All right. So I hope that this video helped. If it did, let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking, what you guys liked. All right. Like I always say, make sure you get up out your head. Go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right. And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right. Y'all stay smooth, man. I appreciate y'all time. I'm going to see you guys on tomorrow's video. Peace.